How y'all doing, man? I hope all is well. This is gonna be my eighth episode, which I air Monday through Friday, titled "Black People, This Is Why," a masterclass on how to act and conduct yourselves when having any type of interaction, run-in, whatever you want to call it, with any type of law enforcement. In 2020, when the situation happened with George Floyd, a lot of different legislation was passed, the George Floyd Act, just to name a few. And one of the things that were passed was body cam. Every officer must have body cam. Back then, I think it maybe was probably the supervisor or maybe the K9, but now every cop must have a body cam. If a cop is caught on duty without their body cam, they can be fired or suspended. Depends on how many times it happened. Depends on which station they're at, which city. Different counties have different things. If you think I'm wrong about that, do your research. But the reason why I also made this series for two main reasons. Once again, as aforementioned, to show black people right versus wrong on how to conduct themselves when they have a run-in with an officer. How to either get you a ticket, get you a warning, or worst case scenario, you have to take you a ride to the county. But getting killed or tased or beat, we have to be proactive to not allow those things to happen. Being reactive is what we have been doing, which is marching, looting, stealing, claiming police brutality and acting like cops just want to kill black people. This is not the case. These cops, especially if it's a white cop, lives are completely ruined. And they're not safe. Their lives are completely uprooted when they have to kill a black person. So if you think that they want to go through all of that just because they hate black people that much, you're just not a smart person. And these videos probably not for you. They probably not going to help you, right? But like I say, we have to be proactive, man. This has been going on and it's steady going on. And then what people will do is they'll get a piece of the clip and upload it and make it as if they were a victim. When most times, from what I've seen and from what I've done my research on, is the black person being overly emotional or aggressive, and either the cop matches the energy immediately or throughout the process, and things end up turning bad. Because what I tell people all the time, and I say in all these videos, and I'm gonna keep reiterating, once you get pulled over by a police officer, once you get stepped to by a police officer in the store, it's no turning back after that, right? They got to conduct their investigation, their routine traffic stop. So you having an attitude or being rough or whatever, it's not going to make the situation go away, and it's not going to make it any easier. So if you have to have one of these situations, not like he's going to pull you over and now you got an attitude and you're overly aggressive. He's going to say, you know what, you're a little aggressive today. You can go ahead on, sir. My bad for pulling you over. That's not happening. What's going to happen is you're going to make things worse. Same thing if you in the store, you get caught stealing or whatever the situation may be. When the officers approach you, if you conduct yourself respectful, you're going to get treated respectful in most 9 times out of 10. Some cops might just be bad cops. We got bad people in every profession. But I'm extremely in position to speak on this because, until I begin to change my life within the last 8 years, I'm 37. And from all the way up until I would say probably 12 to 30, I've had multiple arrests from every state under the Mason-Dixon line. So I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. These people will meet your energy. And I understand that the cop job is to de-escalate the situation. But a lot of them are fed up. And then the new cops, what's happening, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's cops out there, younger cops who are getting on the force, and they may have a father who was a cop. They may have a grandfather who was a cop. Or they may just have people in their family they know, friends of their family that's cops. And cops are so over scrutinized that they go into the force with a chip on their shoulder. And not to be corrupt, but they have a no nonsense chip on their shoulder. And you can't blame them because, again, as I always say, cops are not God. They're people. And anytime somebody, it don't matter what job you have, you can be a CEO at a Fortune 500 company, or you're going to be flipping burgers at Burger King. Wherever you work at, you don't want nobody over scrutinizing you, telling you how to do your job, pulling cameras out on you. Because police, again, is not out here trying to make their day bad and do all this paperwork. And worst case scenario, one of y'all die. That's not what police want to do. And I've seen, and I'm showcasing in these body cams. I don't pick these body cams. I don't hand pick them. I randomly go to body cam and just pick a video. I don't watch it. I report on it live with y'all, right? And the reason why I do that is because sometimes it might go good, sometimes it might go bad. But I want to show y'all and walk y'all through on how you can conduct yourself. I'm gonna tell y'all what this individual that I'm reporting on did right, what they did wrong, and hopefully you take heed, pass it down to your children, because we have been taught in the black community for the most part, oh, police just hate black people and this, that, and the third. No, it's not that. The reason why we are more over scrutinized, as you're gonna see in some of these videos, is most of the time you gotta understand. And like I say, this is a perfect analogy. If you go outside and you got 3 butterflies on your front door when you go outside, it's on your front step light, you're not going to think nothing of that. But if you go outside and see 1 snake on your porch, you're going to be alarmed, scared, and you might not even go outside. You know why? It's because you know snakes for being dangerous. You know snakes for being harmful. You don't know what kind, if you're a person that don't know snakes, you're just going to be scared of it. The same thing with black. When you see the stereotypes of black people that go in the store and steal, so now you go in the store looking like that, even though you're not stealing, this fits a stereotype. Same thing when the cop pull you over. You black people commit 51% of all crime in America. And again, as I always say, I understand that that's per capita, meaning it's 51% and it's such a big number because we so small of a population, but still we're committing so much crime. So this is why the cops are in our area. This is why the cops pull us over, because they know 9 times 10 we might have a gun in the car. We might, because this is what their FBI statistics tell them. And these people go off statistics. It is what it is. We all stereotype. We all prejudge people. This is how the world works. So they shouldn't be, or they targeting us. Well, listen, if that's their job to protect and serve, wouldn't they target the people who is known more for crime? Let's just be honest about it, right? We have to be honest about these things. We can't just be overly emotional and just, we have to be logical and honest about these things, because if not, because in order to do that, we have to change the narrative. We can't keep going on with this perpetual us versus cops, and then situations happen and we lose. We gonna always lose. I don't care if you get $1 million lawsuit. Millions. Breonna Taylor people got 18 million. George Floyd people got, but those people are gone, bro. Our life is worth more than millions of dollars. Our life is worth more than going viral on Facebook for getting beat up. Our life and health and strength is worth more than that. Right? We have to be proactive in these situations and make it out alive and help, because these people, because it's ever a bad day when something happens, it's a bad day for everybody. The police force now is under scrutiny. That particular officer may or may not lose his whole career. This is these people's career. These people don't go to work as police officers and have another job. This is their main career, their pensions, their families. This is everything to them. They lose that if they kill one of y'all unarmed. I mean, not unarmed, in the wrong. And even if they do it in the right, bruh, killing somebody, you know what that, listen, bruh, everybody can't stomach that. Everybody can't handle that, bro. This is why suicide and cops go up every year. Do your research. This is not a joke. This is a very stressful job, and they may have some bad cops, but most of these cops are just trying to protect communities. This is why they go in jobs. I tell people all the time, certain jobs that you take, like a doctor or a teacher or a police officer, these are jobs that you take because you have a special heart that you want to help people. Everybody can't be a doctor. Everybody can't be a teacher and deal with other people's children, teaching other people's children, right? So when you get in these professions, you got my respect because I feel as though you really trying to help. Are there bad people? Absolutely. Yes, they have bad cops. But again, affirmation in my lifetime, 37 years on this earth, being pulled over since I was 12 years old, having running with the police since I was 12 years old, I've met as a matter of fact, just to be perfectly honest, I've only met 2 bad cops, a white one and a black one. But like I say, let's get into this video. I just wanted to, I always give my little commentary at the beginning of the video, and then of course I'm gonna play the video, and of course I'm gonna chime in. So like I say, I don't really know what's going on here, but it says up here, Walmart employee arrested for stealing. It say a dollar amount, but I don't want to click that and make the screen turn. So let's get into this video. Let's get into the video and see how did this young lady conduct herself.
No, we're asking you, what money came from the store?
Just the hundreds. Just the hundreds, not the tens inside here?
Okay.
On June 6th, 2023, officers from Broward County responded to a call where a Walmart cashier...
Shout out Broward. You a coward if you can't go through Broward. That know you. Pompano, Florida, man. I love Broward, man. But let's continue.
...was accused of stealing thousands of dollars from her register. Initially, the scheme involved the cashier shortchanging customers when given large bills, netting her $200 to $300 daily. Eventually, the cashier advanced her theft skills, leading to her stealing between $500 and $1,000 each day.
And again, I want to speak on that, man. I mean, like, listen, and I'm not going to talk about the young lady because I don't know her. I don't know what she got going on. I don't know her mental capabilities. But, I mean, you stealing out a cash register, bro. Like, I mean, this ain't like in the 80s or the early 90s. This is now because she got a mask on, so I'm guessing it's post or during COVID, which is 2020. You don't think cameras are watching you, especially the people at the register that are playing with the money when you count your draw? Everywhere you go, they camera. So what are you doing? I mean, but let's continue.
I hate this, but we need your help, man. We had a sting. We have somebody that stole over $5,000. Okay. You guys had today they have? Yeah, it's right now. It's in action. Oh, yeah, it's happening right now. So we're doing the exit interview, and so the person is sitting down right now in the office. In the office. Okay. Waiting. Okay. And so cameras already been rolled. Evidence has already been collected.
These all-in-one fancy financing pants by Credit Karma are what's trending. No cap.
Zero caps here, Steve.
Evidence has already been collected.
When officers arrived, 2 undercover employees at the Walmart devised a plan posing as customers to catch the suspect in the act. The suspect would steal over $1,500 in just a few hours of the starting shift.
Came back to work? She did something with someone in the parking lot. Okay. All right. So it started. So
Why you gonna just take him to Jennifer?
okay. You guys want to press charges though? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll wait for my partner to come and then we'll. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I.
1,500. What you thought they were gonna do? Just tell her go ahead on? Come on now, officer.
I'm gonna have to stall a little bit longer. I called Farino. Okay. Farino. Yeah. He's my buddy, man. So we met. So we connected. So we're trying to do this whole thing where, we bring you guys in, not when we have problems, but we're gonna do, appreciation and just have customer appreciation. Plus, we're doing the store over, so we want you guys to be around and just know that, we don't want to have issues, and but this young lady, which my boss was over it, because me and him, we go from store to store to do investigations and audits. So originally on 5/19, it started with her stealing. She hasn't even been here 2 months. So, obviously when a person starts stealing, so that was the first time.
Wow, 2 months. Amazing.
Yeah, so first thing is shoplifting, not paying for stuff, $200. And then over the past several weeks, our register has been missing, 1,000, 2,000, 1,800.
So when people get
God damn, sis.
newly hired, they're allowed access to just work as cashiers?
Not normally. They do something else. They're not handling so much cash. For whatever reason, I guess, people thought she was trustworthy and that we could trust her. And she was, allowed to handle a lot of cash.
What's her name?
Like, we have all of that stuff. Yeah, all of that stuff is in the office. So we got a whole stuff. It's frustrating because, I'm an older guy, man, and, people see us because we're kind of undercover.
Yeah.
And so, you just hate doing this, man.
Absolutely. You give people a job to work and they try to bite the hand that feeds them.
It's a pain in the
I hear you. It sucks, but I mean, it's the bad part of the job.
yeah, man.
The good thing is when good things happen, always sometimes bad stuff comes too.
Yeah.
It can always be.
Nigga pulling up like cheaters. Gonna be no cupcakes today, sis.
And my boss's name is Jeff.
It's 954.
I'm sorry, how are you?
268-7550.
Just do me a favor, just stand up for me. Put your hands on your back. We're not even doing anything.
Police can go back in. Like up front. I mean, we'll try to.
No, we have to
They go to break.
first aid. I don't want to be chasing them.
I mean, is there a back?
There's a back.
Yeah. You want to put your car on back? Yeah, hold on.
I could hear her now. Girl, I've been getting them for 1,000. They don't even notice. Shit.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going, bro? So do you guys have everything, all the information? Do you have the
I receipts?
receipts?
have all the information. It wasn't receipts really. It was cash.
Oh, it was cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, did he mention something about an affidavit?
Okay, I'll go ahead and grab the affidavit.
Okay.
Because I don't
I
know
have
anything
13
about the
different
case.
stores. You guys are the first ones that have asked for that from Pompano. So if it's something that you guys always require, I can have them save it. And
Okay, perfect.
we'll do that going forward.
How much cash is it?
Around 7,000. So I have 5,000 of it.
7,000 in 2 months? Girl, you was doing your thing, huh? Won't be no hot girl summer this summer.
Documented, but she
Okay.
admitted to the evidence. So I'm going to go ahead and document that to them.
Okay.
And I can send that to you guys.
Gotcha.
But she has the cash here somewhere. She said it's at the smoke shop.
The smoke shop. So we
But
don't know
she
what.
took 1,500 today. So she said it's by the smoke shop.
So I don't know if it's by the smoke shop over there.
Why don't we ask them before we leave?
Yeah.
We'll try to get it. Yeah. Swanson
Is it
sent
in
out.
here?
You want me to help you?
No, I got
The
it.
parking lot.
Yeah, park. I'll show you
That's
everything they did. Everything's easy.
Okay, perfect.
Easy PC and
Sounds good.
so let's grab her and she'll walk.
It's in the parking
It's in
lot.
the
It's in
parking
another
lot.
store.
Yeah, the smoke shop's at
Oh,
12:39 or something like that.
She stashed it there.
I'm not gonna.
Let's just.
She has to know somebody there. That would be my guess.
So question is, hey, is CI gonna do the PC or is CI gonna do the PC or?
Just to have her tell.
You guys can't open it?
No, we are. We're asking you. What money came from the store?
Just the 100.
Just the hundreds, not the 10 inside here.
How much is there?
Oh man, she's over there. Move, huh?
How much? 40 cents on the regular 4,000.
So if she sold 7,000, that's 45 right there.
Oh, these two, are these theirs too?
On top of this?
No, that,
Is that
unless she just took unless she took.
Make all the little black girl look bad.
Because of higher charge if it's between
Yeah.
5 and 10.
It's 7,000 total that I found that she might have took. Because when we did the audit, it was only 1,500.
I did that audit today. We're only 15. Well,
So she must have took more.
We'll ask her.
My one lost the cash.
Shout out though for the young lady. She is absolutely cooperating and making this go without incident. She taking a lick like a woman. I respect her for that. So I commend her for that. Shout out to the young lady for that, man. We all make mistakes. Shout out to her for keeping her composure, not fighting, not arguing. That's yours, this mine. Just taking a lick. Like I say, worst case scenario, we got to take our ride to the police station, born out. But let's not be getting beat, shot with tasers, guns, because we overreacting, because we hate police. These people here just doing their job just like you was doing yours. You made a mistake. And let's go forward with that. But shout out to her for the way she conducting herself.
Ma'am, is your ID in your wallet?
No idea.
You don't have an ID?
What's with so many people going around with no ID? What's that? Oh, I mean, a license. I mean, I thought when you leave out the house, you should have some form of identification for so many different reasons. But let's continue.
Yeah.
What's your first name? Tell me spelling S-A-A. What's your last name? Sorry, say that again. How you spell that? B-Y-S-S-E-I. Alright, just hang tight, okay.
When do I go down to the station?
We're gonna go to the station in probably 5 minutes.
The woman was taken safely to the police station and charged with a major felony, grand theft of more than $10,000. We've added an extra clip. Wait until you hear the reason why she was stealing from her job. We'll call this chapter Confessions of a Not-So-Smart Thief.
2025 IRS tax forgiveness now has open enrollment. It's easy to qualify.
Wait until you hear the reason why she was stealing from her job. We'll call this chapter Confessions of a Not-So-Smart Thief.
My stuff is going to be in there, right?
Yeah, all your stuff's out there right now. I'm writing all the paperwork for you.
Is someone be in here?
Yeah, he's coming in right now. Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just cold.
Yeah. Are you sick? Okay, you just prefer to have...
Yeah, when I was at work, I just don't like to have it on because I work. A lot of old people come in and I don't play that.
Oh, yeah. So, I want to talk to you about everything that happened today. How long have you been working at Walmart? 2 months? So that right before your birthday or?
Right after.
Right after?
There's probably a month then.
Okay. Where'd you work before that?
Walmart.
Which one?
Federal Highway. Not that one. The one that's right by a gas station.
Is that all the way up north?
No, it's not so far from a Publix. You know Publix, Hillsborough Square?
Oh, all the way up there. What happened over there? Why'd you leave? Isn't that one closer to your house?
It is, but I left because I left my parents' house. I wasn't living down in Pompano anymore.
Where are you living now?
I was living in Florida.
Florida? Okay.
And Miami.
And Miami? It was just like
On your own or with your friends?
Boyfriend.
Okay. You seem like you're disappointed.
Very.
Yeah? How long did you know him?
Who?
Your boyfriend.
Oh. We've been together for like a year and so much. Maybe 2 years. December.
Okay, so you guys are still together.
Yeah.
Why?
It's complicated.
Yeah? Doesn't look like it's complicated. It looks like you got it all figured out.
It's complicated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he messing around? Or he's got you in a trick bag?
I can't say messing around because he believes in having multiple wives. I'm just not part of that.
What is he, Mormon?
He believes in
He's Muslim.
the Most High.
The Muslim?
He's not.
I'm glad this is an interesting subject she talking about. I'm glad because this young lady is not a little teenager. She's a young lady, meaning she's in her early 20s. I think he says she's 24. And this is why we got to raise our daughters, man. This is why we got, as fathers and mothers, because I understand we got a lot of single parent households. We got to work with who we got. But as fathers, and I'm talking to all parents right now, we got to teach our daughters what and what not to deal with. These guys out here, a lot of them is lost. And so they worshiping all kind of stuff. Like some of it, if it ain't Allah, it's some other nonsense, the Most High, which is we cool with that because it's God and Jesus. And all that other stuff is fake and phony. Now we calling God the Most High, that's okay. So I'm guessing from where she's come from, the standpoint she's coming from, he's a Hebrew Israelite. I could be wrong about that, but we gotta we gotta raise our young ladies and young men, but especially our young ladies to know how to submit themselves to the right man. I don't want to say that in the wrong way because there's already a problem with our women with submission. But if you submit yourself to somebody who have no direction, then you gonna follow them wherever they going, and they ain't going nowhere. And if they worshiping the wrong thing, like this Hebrew Israelite foolishness, and I don't want to call it foolishness. I'm very familiar with it. But then I'm gonna say it's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they mindset is toward other races, and they feel like just this worship of black skin by saying that we this and we that. And I'm a black man, you heard me? But I understand that Jesus Christ died for everybody. He did not just die for black people. And that's kind of like part of their beliefs. And so that's what they believe in, men having multiple wives, like in the Bible, and stuff like that there. Now, my thing is this on that, and I don't really want to get off too much in that in here, but for me, I don't want more than one wife. If you somebody who have dealt with multiple women, or you somebody who had your way with women before you was married, or before you came to a certain point, and you was at one particular time, or maybe still to this day, you know what it's like to have a lot of women, you understand that all women are bills and headaches. You got one woman, you got one headache. You got two women, you got two headaches. And so, now maybe back in the days, that was another story, but at the age I'm at now, one woman is all I need. I don't need no more than that. That's enough for me. But when you deal with the Bible and how men had multiple wives, we understand that I remember in one particular Bible, it speak about how God gave David his wives with an S. So God is the same yesterday and there forever. So I kind of, when it comes to polygamy, I'm kind of on the fence with it, but I'm just saying I'm not interested in it. But I can't tell somebody who get off into polygamy, hey, that's a sin. Then that's like I say, because in the Bible, God gave these men their wives. He didn't give them one wife. And I believe in God, and I believe in the Bible, and that's what I live my life off of. So that's just that. But this young lady, clearly she don't know what this is the first thing I would tell my daughter, or any woman that's under my jurisdiction. I mean, I understand puppy love and all that type of stuff, but once you start getting to college and you start to being a real dog, make the number one deal breaker. And I'm telling you this, young lady, this is what I would tell my daughter. And if a young lady run across this video, if you deal with a dude, if he don't believe in God, not no Most High, not no Allah, but God, he don't believe in God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Father of Jesus Christ. If he don't believe in that, you don't need to deal with him, because what you're gonna do is this guy is confused. And I understand sometimes we go through those what you call that phase, because I went through a Muslim phase. I wasn't a Muslim, but I was real interested in it. So I had a conversation with my father, and he was like, "What the?" Because I come up in Christianity, but it was a point of time in my life where I kind of like that. You know, these people were very wise. They were very disciplined. They don't eat pork, and I still don't eat pork to this day. But and I don't eat pork because, again, that's a Bible law. That's a law that God gave. You're not supposed to eat pork or seafood. And, a lot of times people will say, well, that's the Old Testament. But, in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, the Bible clearly states that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So why would he change his laws? And also, Jesus says in Matthew 5:17 through 20 that I didn't come to do away with the law. I came to fulfill it. But not one law gonna be, I'm paraphrasing, but you can read it, Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 through 20. Jesus is basically telling them, look, I didn't come to get rid of no law. I came to explain it. But as long as this earth stands, the law gonna stand. So that said that everything Jesus said in the Old Testament still stands today. But it's not a doctrine. You're not making a doctrine out of it. And I know I'm going all the way somewhere else with it, but you don't make a doctrine out of certain things like eating habits and some of the laws, but they all still to be followed. So in other words, now we eat certain things that we're not supposed to eat. We got the grace. We got grace of the blood of Jesus Christ. Back then, they weren't supposed to do it, or they would have to sacrifice this or whatever. But the thing about it is, not even though we have grace for eating certain things that we're not supposed to be eating, like seafood and or pig, we have to deal with what come with eating those things, like the spiritual aspect from those things, those dirty, nasty animals. The pig and the sailfish is two of the nastiest, dirtiest animals. They both scavengers. They both eat anything that come to them, right? And not so much, not only the spiritual aspect, we got to deal with the health aspect, because especially the pig of all animals has this, and this is why in our community we deal with so many terminal illnesses. We number one in all of heart disease, diabetic, all that. So even though we don't have to go through what they had to go through back then for eating, and we not just forbidden, we got to deal with the consequences. And although we have the grace of Jesus Christ, we still got to deal with those health and spiritual consequences of eating those animals that we was never supposed to be eating in the first place. But I digress. I just wanted to say that, man, because clearly she confused on what this man, he's on some other stuff, and he believe in if you don't believe what this man believes, now if you believe what he believes spiritually, that's cool. But you shouldn't be believing him if he's not a Christian, a man of God, because if he's not a man of God, you never know what he on. Now this man, whoever he is, I'm guessing he a Hebrew Israelite, and he's on having multiple wives, and you don't want to share him. But, women that go through and, well, he gonna change. No, he's not. 9 times out of 10, this is what he on. I don't know. But at that age, you need to be able to make your mind up, because you in your 20s, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be where you're going to have babies at. You probably having sex with this man. If he don't follow God, that means you don't want to get involved with that. Because I'm not saying if a man follow God, he perfect, but at least he got a foundation. If he follow God of Jacob, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jesus Christ, Father, if he follow that God, if he a Christian, at least he got a foundation. Not saying he perfect, but at least he got a foundation. But I digress. Let's finish. Let's continue.
So he believes in what?
Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
Oh, so he's Jewish.
Yeah, he's one of them Israelite.
Yeah.
I figured that, but let's continue.
But hey, he must be doing something right?
No,
Look, he laughed at him.
did things a couple days ago. Yeah.
So what does he do for work?
Okay. At first, he was selling. Now I think he's working at Wingstop. If he still works there, I don't know.
Who you living with then?
I'm back at my mom's house right now. I was trying to get my life back in order, so I was back at her house.
You trying to press fast forward on that to get a life back together?
Yes, man.
Is that exactly what happened?
That's what happened.
Damn.
You know, you want something to go by faster than it's supposed to take you forever.
Yeah, it's like, let me press a fast forward button.
But I want to go back to what he said about this again. Go back to understand how they confused. Now you're a Hebrew Israelite, which is pretty much worship. They believe that the black man is God's chosen people and all this here, but he was selling drugs. You think he was selling drugs to white people? Majority of drugs he was selling probably was to his own people, selling poison to his own people. But he a Hebrew Israelite. That's the kind of stuff I be talking about. That's why the man laughed. But let's continue.
Make this happen. It's tough. So,
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes, and we'll spot you up to $200.
it's tough. So, you do know you work for a really big corporation, right? Is there a reason why you're like, oh, they're so big they won't know? That kind of the thought process?
I don't know. Honestly, they were just trying to get like back to money.
I can barely hear you.
I said, I don't know, honestly. I was literally just trying to get my life back in order.
Yeah?
Just trying to make it quicker than it was supposed to.
So, there's one good thing that could come out of this. And it looks like you want this to be the first and last time this ever happens.
Yes.
Right? So, I don't tell this to a lot of people because a lot of people that I sit across, they're legit criminal. Like, they're career offenders and they're career criminals. And however, your first time offense, what I can do is give you the opportunity and say, hey, clean your plate.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, so let's do that then. And unfortunately, this is how we had to meet. You know? So, you've been working there since right after your birthday, right? At Walmart. When did you, like, start either taking items or kind of take caring? I don't know if you had a family come through, you know? Or when you started taking money, you know? When did it start?
I think it had to start this month.
This month? This month is June.
No, not June. I think it's May.
It started in May?
Yeah.
You think beginning of May? End of May? What do you
Probably
think?
the beginning.
Beginning of May? And what did you start with? Like, what did you first start taking?
At first, I took a couple hygiene stuff because I didn't have the money for it. I just started working there. I bought hygiene stuff. And then started taking money. Wasn't going to. The only reason is because back in 2021, decided to open up a credit card. My name being, I knew what a credit card was, but I didn't know how it functioned, so I played around with it. I was young, so I didn't know, which made me go into debt. 21 years old in debt.
How much debt did you go into?
I'm at $5,000.
So how much, first time you took money, how much did you end up taking?
It was 1 something. I
1,000 something?
It was 1,000? Probably was 1,000.
Okay. That was like beginning of May. And how were you doing it? Is it kind of like the same way you were doing it today? Like where you kind of leave it underneath the register?
Yeah.
Is that exactly how it started, or was it some other way?
No, that's exactly how it started.
Okay. So you started taking like $1,000, 1,000. In the beginning of May, so would you do it like on every shift?
Yeah, every shift.
Every shift 1,000. And how many days were you working?
How many days was I working? My schedule wasn't a set schedule, so some days I would be off 2 days, some days I'm off 1 day.
So roughly you're working like 4 or 5 days a week. So you were taking about $4 or $5 grand a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And then today, all the money that was in your purse, right? How much of that was just today? Was all of it pretty much all Walmart's? No?
The one that was Walmart was stuck together. The one that wasn't Walmart is mine.
Was that from your previous stuff that you had done?
No. That's or the one I went to the bank for.
That's the one you got a paycheck for?
Yeah.
And you got paid out in 100?
Yeah. Because I had to pay the light bill, so I went to the bank. Give them 130 something plus change. That was mine. The change that's in there, that's mine. The one that's with.
So $130 is yours?
Yeah. That's mine. Whatever that wasn't in the pile is my money.
And then a bundle of like $800.
Then that's my money. That's for a car. That's not theirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there was approximately, I think it was like, I want to say 4 or 5,000 that was in a bundle today.
That they took, yeah, that's theirs.
That bundle. Is that more or less the size of bundles you would take?
Yeah, that'd be less. Today was but it's less, yeah.
It's less?
Well, today was a good day, I bet. Let's continue.
So today was less?
No, today wasn't less. Today was more.
Oh, okay. Today was more.
Less, yeah.
Usually take less. Okay. Today was at
$1,000 per shift and $4,500 today. She must have tried to stay in one of them condominiums by the water in Pompano or Fort Lauderdale. That's what she stayed. That's what she said she be at Fort Lauderdale. Because even $4,500 ain't gonna be enough in Miami. But let's continue.
Today
it's just crazy because tomorrow it was gonna be the day out. Go get my license to go to the bank and then pay off that $5 grand.
What did you end up doing with the other? Well, if I do the math, like every other week, you do 4 or 5. So over the course of the month of May, that puts you at like 10 grand. So what did you do with that then?
I also have T-Mobile. I was paying. I had a job and I quit because I left my parents' house. So I was in debt with T-Mobile too. That was $3,000.
$3,000?
I started there off one by one. I got me a new phone, but it's not with them. It's with Boost Mobile. So I started doing little payments with T-Mobile. That's when I was gonna go to the bank and finish that off.
So you paid a couple grand to T-Mobile. You paid a couple grand to Boost Mobile, you said?
No, I said I didn't wanna. I'm not gonna say like I left T-Mobile. I just stopped paying them.
Yeah.
I didn't have money to pay for my phone bill. So I just came to T-Mobile. I'm not with T-Mobile anymore. I just came to Boost Mobile. I'm not with T-Mobile anymore.
Okay. So what you end up doing with the rest of the money? Like, did you pay rent? Did you help your mama? Did you give it to your boyfriend? What did you do?
My mom.
How much did you end up giving it to her?
I don't remember how much I was giving.
She didn't ask you like, hey, where you getting this from?
She did, and I would say, Mom, don't worry about it.
Because that bundle today was just 4. And if every other day you were doing 1,000, you're looking at about, just doing simple math, 5, 10, 15, probably in the range of like 22 grand.
22.
I'm just basing like first week.
In 2 months. No, I think I take that back. She might have was trying to get her a condo in Miami. They, baby, they.
Say if you start in the first week of May.
It can't be 22 grand.
No?
It's not that.
Okay, how much you think?
I'll say 10 for right now.
10?
Yeah.
10 grand?
I'll say 10, 9.
Okay, including the 4 grand today?
Yeah.
So once you get down to the jail, that's where they'll allow you that phone call?
Oh, and don't it take time?
Yeah, they process and do all that stuff. If you want, I can call on behalf of you and let them know what's going on, if that's what you'd like. Just so your family kind of knows what's going on.
The other thing is, for bond.
Uh-huh.
How does that work?
The judge decides the bond. So you'll have an arraignment in the morning, and then you'll be in front of a judge. When what they do, they look at your criminal history. Okay, she's been living here for the last 21 years. This is her first time offense. And it's going to be up to the judge. Okay? All right. Okay. Absolutely.
Want to start talking to us? Sure. Okay.
Well, that's the end of that, man. I thank y'all for watching, man. God bless, man. But she took her lick. She conducted herself correctly. First offense for stealing over 10,000. So she probably get a bond for probably about 25,000, or maybe cheaper than that. She might get a bond for probably about 10,000. She'll get out for cheap. And then in Florida, they might let her sign off on her own name because she never been in trouble before. But she conducted herself correctly. All that fighting, arguing like we have in some situations I've seen where they get caught up doing that, then they in there arguing and fussing and fighting to the point where the cop got arrested. Like, that's nonsense. You did what you did, take your lick like a woman. And that's what this young lady did. I believe they say she was 21 or something like that. She in her 20s. And she conducted herself like a big girl. She got to take her lick. And, like I say, nothing won't probably come out of it. She'll have to do a little community service, get probation, and move on with her life, man. And hopefully, now she probably won't ever be. When you get any type of money crime, that affect employment. But she a decent looking young lady. She'll be all right. But we got to make better decisions, man. But like I say, my main objective for making these videos is to show you what and what not to do, by using other people's situations and letting know if what they did was right or wrong. And in some situations when something bad happened, which I will be able to see, okay, maybe she shouldn't have did that. So if I get in that situation, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't be overly aggressive. Maybe I shouldn't argue. Maybe I shouldn't just be mean. Maybe I should give him good energy, or her, whatever the cop officer sex is, and let them give you that energy back. But thank y'all for watching, man, and I'm out of here.